Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So yesterday I made a video about the most recent Jubilee panel. Mehdi Hassan surrounded by 20 far-right activists, and I don't normally like to make update videos on stuff like that. I rarely like repeating myself, but there's been some changes. If you watched yesterday's video, we had a big focus on one person in particular. The 22 going on 40. He calls himself Pine Sap on the internet. His real name is Connor. Well, I saw some news this morning, came on my Twitter feed from an account called America First, that said Connor had been fired from his job. They described him as Catholic commentator Pine Sap, and I don't think he got fired for espousing Catholicism. I don't think he said anything regarding religion in his bit while he was on the program. But what he did say was that he was a fascist. And he wasn't accused of being a fascist, he agreed with the statement that he was a fascist. He denied certain actions in the Holocaust. He proclaimed himself that he does not believe in democracy. Probably the more worrying thing for an employer to see their employees say is that he believes that one person should rule the government and that they should be allowed to kill their political rivals. Again, I'm not accusing this Connor man of saying this. He said this on the program in front of Mehdi Hassan, which he said.
Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
He seemed not so worried then, which, again, leads me to believe this was all kind of the point. The modern right likes to hoist people up every few months, people who say or do heinous things, and then throw money at them, claim that they're these victims of cancel culture, which this isn't the cancel culture I remember, because cancel culture, when it started, was going back to someone's old tweets from like 10, 15 years ago, and then saying that this person has never changed. It's not your job seeing you say something on a YouTube video and then firing you for it. Are you saying your job canceled you? Are you forcing them to employ you? Are you some sort of DEI hire at this point that they have to keep giving you money? This Connor fella has started this Give, Send, Go program too, where he's made about $10,000 right now in donations from people who agree with his plight, that he's been victimized by the left, even though I don't remember seeing anybody comment on his job or trying to find that, other than just making fun of him and his appearance and his, quite frankly, mannerism that he kept repeating. No, I think what happened here is one of his normie coworkers watches Jubilee regularly, because who else is that content for, saw him in it, got scared, reported him to HR. Who knows, maybe his boss saw him on the program himself. What's important to note here is you're going to hear a lot of people say he got fired for his political beliefs. They'll say that this is thought policing, and they'll say that this shouldn't be allowed, that this is a violation of free speech rights. But they are very happy to point out that you can be fired from your job or withheld employment if you have supported a communist party. And that's the truth. In America, it's called the EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We're going to go on ahead and scroll down together to unlawful employment practices and subsection F. Why don't we take a read at this together, shall we? As used in this subchapter, the phrase unlawful employment practice shall not be deemed to include any action or measure taken by an employer, labor organization, joint labor management committee, or employment agency with respect to an individual who is a member of the Communist Party of the United States or any other organization required to register as a Communist Action or Communist Front organization by final order of the Subversive Activities Control Board pursuant to the Subversive Activities Control Act of 1950. So the government actually can fire you for your political beliefs, or won't come to your aid if you've been fired for your political beliefs, but only if you're a communist. As for little brother Connor, though, I'm sure this is exactly what he wanted. He got fired from his job, and now people are throwing money at him so he can keep fighting the good fight by, I guess, saying he's a fascist on camera. And I think the only way to really stop this is for this to keep happening. The money has to run out at some point, right? How many tens of thousands of dollars can you throw at doughboy Zoomers before you realize that your political structure might be falling apart? Who knows, maybe tomorrow we'll see that the guy who was dressed like the spy from Mad TV got fired. But I guess until we get more news about this diverse cast of characters that was on this Jubilee panel, y'all try to have a good day.